Hey guys, this is Terilis here with another video on Overwatch heroes. I'm looking at the support hero of Symmetra. Now, Symmetra's original name is known as Satya Vaswani. She was very young when she was found, and that is because the Vishkar Corporation, after the Omnet Crisis, has, been working on self-sustaining cities. One city in particular, known as Utopia, is a utopian city, obviously, that is, constructed completely using light bending architecture. And that is where Satya Vaswani was found. She's one of the few people who can use light bending architecture. And as such, she was brought in by the Vishkar Corporation, into their Vishkar Architect Academy to begin studying, the elements of manipulating hard light constructs and being a light bending architect. Now, with this, she was completely cut off from her family. She had no way of reaching them. She wasn't allowed to see them. So instead of, being down about it, she decided to just begin working on her studies and becoming a better light architect. Now, she became the head architect, or one of the top architects for Utopia, because she was very good at what she did. She studied a lot and became very good. Now, with this, the Vishkar Corporation started to notice her talents and wanted to put them to better use. As such, they started sending her out on the missions for the Vishkar Corporation. They sent her all over the place doing these missions and increasing their global presence around the world. As such, she gained the moniker Symmetra, and that is how she gained her name. Now, Symmetra is a little bit different from the other support heroes in that she does not have direct heals. She is a true support hero. She helps her allies, she can dish out a bit of damage, some shields, etc., but she cannot actually heal, as opposed to the other three support heroes that are in the game. Now, her first ability is the Photon Projector, which is basically, it locks onto a target, and then it starts to deal damage. It does very little damage. After a while, it does start to ramp up in damage. It'll increase its damage, but for the beginning, it takes a while to lock on. As you can see, it's taking forever, and then finally, it begins to do damage. The other bad thing about this option for this weapon, the Photon Projector, is that you have to be pretty close. I'm going to be pretty far, not going to be able to do anything. I have to get pretty close before I can actually deal damage, and it takes a while. Now, she does have a second option on her Photon Projector, and if you use your right click on your mouse key, you can charge up a ball of light and launch it. Now, this does much more damage, but it is slow moving. As you can see, I knocked out 2/3 of its health just with one of these balls. So, definitely more useful than the other one. And I believe it goes through and penetrates, so it will kill both. Unfortunately, I probably should have waited until the other one was up. But one thing you should know is that you cannot sit here just leaving it charged. It will fire eventually. So, just one thing of note, you can't sit there just leaving it charged until you have the perfect opportunity. And as you can see, it hits both and does a lot of damage. So I find that much more appealing than the simple beam ray gun that you get. But if it is a crazy hectic battle, you can go ahead and use that, and it'll be very potent. Now, the first ability that she has is the Sentry Turret. She can create Sentry Turret. As I mentioned before, she is a light bender, and she can create, constructs out of nowhere. So as such, I'm going to go ahead and just create a Sentry Turret right here. And it begins to attack the mob to the left. Now, the most potent thing about this, if you look in the bottom left, I can have 6 Sentry Turrets. Now, the Sentry Turrets have charges, they take a while, but man, let me tell you, if you can get 6 turrets up, you will begin to absolutely obliterate foes that may be falling into the wrong area. It does not take long for them to kill people. Now, the best place you're going to be the one place you're going to be wanting to use this is in an area like this, where you come through a door, you can set up your turrets on the side, and every time they come through the door, it just starts to really tick away at their health. Didn't hit him. But as you can see, it does have a long range on this. Now those turrets back of the base are still killing those bots continually over. I have 6 turrets up now. Now that I create new turrets, it will continue to destroy the turrets back of the base. As you can see right there from the 2 blue icons, there are only 2 turrets back here now that I've created 4 here. And they will continue to do so. These are most effective being used in the small rooms where people aren't, noticing. There are several control points that are in rooms such as this one, this weight room, where you can just set them up. And as you continue to set them up, they'll run in here and then all of a sudden be jumped by 6 heroes. 6 turrets. I've done this before and it was quite funny watching me die and then these turrets still eliminating consistently. So, now that these guys are back to attacking, I can show the second ability, which is the Photon Shield, which basically just gives a straight shield to an ally. So, this one's being attacked, there's a Photon Shield, and that's it. Now, the problem with the Photon Shield is you cannot put it again on the same target. So you can put it on multiple targets. I can put it on 3 targets at once. It's got a very low cooldown. As you can see, it's got about like a 1.5 second cooldown, but you cannot put it on that target again. And that's the only disappointing thing with the Photon Shield is I can put it on any target and as many targets as I want, but after a while, it really doesn't do much. It just sits there and it gets bursted down really quickly. I'm setting up these turrets so that we can stop getting the spam of the kills over there. But you can see how small that shield is. It is absolutely tiny and it really doesn't save much. So your defensive capabilities and supporting your teammates is not going to be as potent as other classes unless they decide to buff Symmetra. Her best use is going to be out of the turrets that you can create and also out of her ultimate ability. Now her ultimate ability is known as the teleporter. Very simple name. But basically, let's say you have an objective that's say like in the middle where these two are fighting. You can set up a teleporter wherever you need to. And she light projects it. Light constructs it. And with that, a teleporter will appear in your base where you spawn. And every time you need to, you can just jump through the teleporter and you're immediately there. This becomes really useful in defense missions when you're trying to defend a node. You can constantly have your heroes pour through a portal and heal them. Now, you cannot go this way through the portal. It is a one-way portal from the base to the point. You cannot go from the point to the base. While that would be powerful for healing a player, it's really not the way it's meant to be used. So that is basically Symmetra's kit in a whole. She really lacks healing, desperately lacks healing, but she can set up a very good traps for your team and defensive mechanisms for your team, and she has the powerful ability to teleport. I suspect the shields will be buffed in the future. I don't know, it could be a bug that the shields can only be put on once. But for now, that's the way it is, and you're not going to get much support, I guess you could say healing or defensive capabilities out of her until something is made and balance changes. So that is Symmetra. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I have had fun with her, but she does require a little bit of setup with her sentries. I will see you guys in the next video. Terilis out.